Hey, this is Jenny from Jenny Bean. Today we are setting up my bullet journal for 2024. And for this year, I chose the square notebook by Archer and Olive. I saw JashiiCorin use it in her videos, and I thought it was going to be perfect for the way I want to use my bullet journal. I've been watching a lot of videos from JashiiCorin and also PlantBasedBride here on YouTube. So if you see any similarities between this bullet journal setup and their videos, you know where the inspiration came from. I got this beautiful forest green leather-bound square notebook. I'm not sure of the name of it, but it has this beautiful gold leaf design on the front and I'm just in love with it. I also picked up 3 Kuretake color dot pen sets for this bullet journal setup. It's gonna make my monthly setups way easier to fill out, so I really wanted to try them out, and so far I love them. I am sick at the moment, so don't mind me sounding a little weird. I love the gold leaf print on the inside of the book, it's so pretty, and I already penciled in my name in the front. So this grid has, I believe, 37 or 38 dots across, and of course this book also has a nice little pocket in the back. For those of you who don't know, I struggle with depression, anxiety, ADHD, the whole spectrum. So I really wanted to make a bullet journal that fits my needs and it's not too challenging to use to where I use it a couple months and then I am just overwhelmed by it. But I'll get more into that later. Here's a great example of taking inspiration of others because I'm pretty sure JashiiCorin writes her name the same way in a notebook, or was it PlantBasedBride? I binge watched her videos constantly for the past couple weeks and it's kind of blurred together, so excuse me if I mix them up. It took me a couple of weeks to figure out what pages I want in this notebook and how I'm gonna arrange them. So I've had this lying around for about a month or two now and just now got around to inking it in. For myself and probably a lot of other people, the last couple months in the year can get very stressful, so if I have my bullet journal ready at least, I don't have to worry about that and put that on the list of many things to do before the year ends. I already started to pencil in my January spreads, so I'm probably gonna post these pretty early on as well. Here I'm inking in my year at a glance spread, and the dot markers will be really helpful to neatly mark the dates that I need to mark for birthdays and such. By the way, throughout this video my eraser is dying, so please send me a new one. I'm running out of erasers. I'm using these rub-on transfer sticker thingies that I got from the dollar store. I still don't know how I feel about them. I keep adding them and erasing them. Fortunately, they're very easy to take off with an eraser. But anyway, the theme of my first couple spreads, I wanted to kind of fit into the theme of the bullet journal itself, so I went with a planty kind of font. I will leave the link to the font that I found down below, and I also picked a green that kind of matched the leather-bound notebook. Took me a while to decide, but I did end up coloring in the little leaves and the font, and I don't know what I prefer, but I did it at this point, so nothing I can do about it. For this year's bullet journal, I really wanted to introduce a mental health page, and a big thing on there is my self-care bingo that I'm introducing. It's not revolutionary. A lot of people have done it, but I really wanted to introduce it to my routine, and I'm gonna include it each month into my bullet journal spreads. My free bingo space that I will have done pretty much immediately every month is Cuddle Pups, so that's gonna be an easy one. And then I have some harder things on there, like learn a new skill or call someone. That's a really hard thing to do for me. And then underneath, I'm gonna have a list of monthly bingo rewards. So if I get a bingo, I, reward myself, make it a little bit more enticing to actually do the task on that self-care bingo. I haven't seen that done specifically before, so if you have problems with completing your bingos each month, maybe introduce a reward system, because I think it will help me a lot. Again, I have some things on there that are pretty easy to fulfill and some things that are maybe a little harder, like therapy, yard work. So just a good mix of things. Right next to it, I just doodled a couple of things that make me happy and that get me out of a depressive mood when I need it. So things that just always help me feel better, like cuddling my puppies or getting a tight hug, getting out of the house and going thrifting, or just taking a nice nap. I mentioned JashiiCorin earlier, and one of the things that she showed in one of her videos is these cognitive distortions, and I thought it would be a good reminder to just put down on that mental health page. It took a while to write out, but I think it's worth it. When I, have some irrational thoughts, just trying to reason with them, look through all those cognitive distortions and figure out why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling. I will try to remember to link her video down below. But yeah, if you're someone that struggles with like very bad impulsive feelings and you don't know quite where they're coming from, you might want to check out that list and see if you have some of these tendencies. After I erased all of my pencil markings, I went in with my Tombow fine liner brush pen and my dot pens and just added some color. I tried to use the gold press-on stickers again on this page, but I'm not quite sure how I feel about it, so I erased them for now. And I do try to decorate the pages a little bit more later in the video, so it's not gonna stay that bare. I don't know what to put in that empty space down there yet, so if you have any suggestions, please let me know. But that's my mental health page so far. Next up is another kind of reference page for me. I call it Taking Time for Things. And on there I describe my ideal day. I list some things that I can do while working from home because I struggle with finding motivation when I'm home alone and trying to work. So just having a list to look at of things that I can always do is pretty helpful to me. I put a little BuJo routine there, just more for fun, but also I want to be more mindful when I use my bullet journal, so I really want to make time for it since I am gonna use it pretty frequently to fill in spreadsheets about my mental health and write down feelings. So I do want to make more time with my bullet journal routine every day. And then I thought it would be fun to have the 24 things to do in 2024, so I made a little section for that. And after coloring all the leaves in, that spread was done. Next up is my favorite spread that I do in every single bullet journal that I've ever had, which is my library, where I track movies that I watched, TV shows that I've seen, books read, and games played. So I drew up these little ticket things for the movies, and you see the rest on the page. It's pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, I love filling out this page. I'm just getting into reading books, so I didn't put a lot on there, but I feel like 4 books is something I could maybe handle within a year. I'm not quite sure. Next up, we have my goals page, and it's not filled out yet because I don't like to have my filled out bullet journal filmed on a video. So I will probably also not do a flip through at the end of next year. Maybe a compilation of my flip throughs at the end of videos. That information is all for myself and not for the internet. I know I could censor a lot of it, but that's honestly too much work for me, and I'd rather just not do it. The next and last page in this bullet journal is my Ginny Bean spread, where I fill in just statistics, keep track of followers and sales and stuff, see how that's grossing. And you see I changed my mind there and put it on the left side instead of the right. And then the page next to it is just a page that I'm leaving empty, just in case throughout the year there's a spread that I want to add. I'll have some space for that. Here's a quick flip through of how the bullet journal looks right now, before I decide to decorate it a little bit. Decorating it took me forever. I actually paused the filming for a little while just to figure out what I'm gonna do, and then I ended doing everything off camera. I knew I really wanted to use the scrapbook paper because I think it complemented the bullet journal really well, but yeah, as you can see, I'm playing around and it's just not quite working out the way I wanted to. I eventually got out some washi tape and tried to see how that looks, but I didn't like that at all. Again, I'm struggling with this little empty bit here, so again, if you have any idea what I can put there, please let me know. I thought the 2024 in the beginning was a little bit bland, so I drew some flowers around it. I found a reference picture online, and I just typed in planned border, I think, and found a picture that I liked and just copied that. I feel like, especially in a bullet journal, if you're just doing it for fun, you shouldn't feel bad about using reference pictures and just copying something into it. It's not like I'm gonna sell this as my own art. I'm still looking for a plant related quote that I can put on the left side there because I couldn't find anything online, so if you know a good one, please let me down in the comments below. And here is the final flip through of my finished first couple spreads. I might change it up in the future, but this is what it looks like right now, and I'm okay with it. I can deal with it. I'm excited to share what I have planned for January spread, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!